Hi everybody. This is Fiery Love 1111. Welcome back. Um, I just needed to jump on real quick and do a reading about um there's a divine masculine that's coming through his higher self, and there's some messages that need to come through to his 3D self, and um it's pretty intense and it's really heavy. I'm just gonna fix my camera here so you guys can see the cards. It's really heavy. I started to um I only played some music for about 10 minutes, and pardon me for my voice too, but the energy is extremely heavy right now. It's very heavy. Um it's uh, um it's a little dark and it hurts. It's very heavy on my chest. Um There's some energy here that has to be cleared, and a lot of work that has to be done. There's a divine masculine out there that is in some darker energies right now, but he's trying to awaken. And oh, uh, just bear with me, okay? Because this is going to take a little bit. It's really heavy to work through. My shoulders actually feel like I have at least like 50-pound weights on them, and on my chest. It really hurts right now. But this message is very important. It really needs to come through. So just bear with me. And if you're watching this and you're not sure this is for you, if there's any divine masculines out there that are watching this, and if you're not sure this is for you, just watch this video a couple times, and if the messages resonate, if any of the energies and situations I'm going to talk to you about resonate for you, if anything rings true, then it probably is for you, okay? Um, whew, okay, it's actually really making me, my hands are shaking. I'm just, oh, this is really heavy energy. I don't think I've ever experienced something this heavy before. But it's necessary. I feel the energy is necessary, and I almost want to cry. And I apologize if I do, but oh, he's trying. I feel this energy of not sure what to do. He's very, very deeply in his thoughts, and his thoughts, it just keeps coming through. And oh, so I'm just going to try to work through this here. The first deck that I pulled cards from, I have four decks out, but only two decks I pulled cards from. And the first one is the Dark Mirror Oracle cards. Only four cards came out. And then I pulled a lot of cards fell out from the Tarot of Sexual Magic, because this definitely has to do with his divine feminine. Um, my throat chakra is even like clogging up. It hurts to talk because I really want to cry right now, because this divine masculine, I'm uh the energy I'm tapped into, he wants to speak. He wants to speak very much so. He has a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear surrounding his divine feminine. Uh, she doesn't know it. She doesn't know any of this, because he cannot speak. He cannot speak. But his higher self is okay. So this is the divine masculine, let's say, in this energy, and his higher self is just trying to uh almost like, oh God, excuse me, it's making me feel sick a little bit. Uh, Trying to seep in his energy and like a trickle of rain seeping into his energy and give him a little bit of hints, some quiet, soft nudges to steer him in this direction that he's trying to go. He's not sure if he should go because he's really full of fear. He's very scared. He's very fearful because he knows what he has to do is open that door. There's a door that he needs to open in order to awaken. And he knows this only on a subconscious, a deep, super subconscious level. And he doesn't want to. He's been putting it off. He gets the signs. Signs from spirit are coming through all the time. He knows what he has to do, yet he's refusing to open that door because he knows that the work on the other side is not going to be pretty. I have a headache now. It really hurts. Uh, It really hurts right now, and he knows this. He knows on a very deep level this is going to hurt. There's a lot of shadows he needs to work and face, and demons he needs to face. And I don't mean demons as in the real thing. I mean demons as in your own deep, dark shadows that are fears. Fears. This is lifetimes of work that he has to face, and it's not easy. And he's putting it off. He keeps putting it off and putting it off, but spirit keeps nudging him, and there's not a way around it. There's not a way around it. Um, it's coming. It's coming, spirit says. But anyway, the four cards that I pulled, oh, from the dark mirror is forgetting oneself. Was one of the first ones that popped up. He's just in this energy of, wearing a mask, wearing a mask. He's like this one. I'm sorry, I'm really feeling nauseous now. It's really bad. Oh God, I apologize. It's just I don't really tap into this energy very often. This energy surrounding this divine masculine is so heavy. He's a masquerade. It's going with the of the norm and social norms, but not being true to oneself. He's wearing a mask. He's wearing a mask, and it's weighing very heavily on him. This masquerade that you see here is nothing more than almost like an anvil, a fancy anvil or something. It's not pretty. It's very much full of. There's a lot of pain here, um, and this is what he's seeing this now. He's seeing that the masquerade has to stop. He's just getting sick and tired of not being true to himself. He knows this. His higher self is knowing, has shown him this. He has seen that he is not being true to his own divine, um, true nature, and forgetting oneself is just trying to please other people. Maybe not really being true to himself. Um, Letting himself just forget. He just has let himself forget who he truly is as a soul. See, now my throat chakra is kind of clearing up because this is what his higher self is trying to tell him. You know, have been forgetting yourself for so long. You don't really, uh, it's hard to remember who you are because you've worn this mask for so long. For you've worn this mask for so long. And then the next two that popped up were, the addictions, addicted popped up. And that is, I don't know if you guys can see this very well. I'm going to have to raise my camera here just a little bit. Um, the addicted is addicted to not technically addictions, but well, maybe, yeah, it's being addicted to the pain. He's addicted to the pain of um, thinking he's not good enough. That's what Spirit's showing me. It's thinking he's not good enough. Thinking that he's not good enough, not only for himself, but for his own divine feminine that he loves. And then the other card that came up with that, these two popped out together and the other two popped out together, was Naked Before the Stars. This is the divine feminine that he loves so much, okay? And he just, they came out actually like this. So he can't even look at her. They literally fell out right side by side. He can't even look at her because he doesn't feel worthy. He doesn't feel worthy, yet he knows she is basking in this light and love that she knows her own self-worth. She knows her own and loves herself for everything that she is. And she loves him too, but he can't look at her. He doesn't even feel worthy. He doesn't feel worthy. He's too addicted and staying in this energy of being surrounded by this pain. He's so used to having these swords in his back, not being worthy of himself, that he can't even look at her. He can't speak to her. It's just energy. He's just refusing to do it. Okay, so those are the four that popped out. And then a bunch of other, as you can see down here, there's just a whole, I don't even know how many cards popped out from the Tarot of Sexual Magic, but they all just have so much to say. And so let's just get into it. So I'll just show you the ones. This is coming out for, this is how the divine feminine is coming out, okay? And this is how he not only how he sees her, but how she truly is, okay? Four cards came out on about the divine feminine. And she is holding the Queen of Cups. She is full of abundance for herself and knows just how extremely valuable she is. She has a lot of gifts and but not in an ego sense. She has a lot of love within her and abilities that he adores, okay? And she's holding that, and he adores that in her. He loves that about her, okay? And then the next one, is just almost the same thing. He's so afraid to even touch her. I don't read the tarot as normal tarot. I read what the energy says, but like in this card, in this picture, can you see that? How he just is barely touching her. He's on his knees before her, and he's afraid to touch her. He's afraid to come close to her and touch her because he wonders if she's even really real. Is she real, or is she going to disappear before me if I give her my heart? And then, the other one, this is the same thing. This is, she's the Queen of Pentacles too. She holds this love for herself, holds herself up in this love, and knows her value, knows her worth. You see, she's wearing a crown. She's earned that crown. She's worked hard for that crown. And he sees that. He knows that. And that's why he's down here. He's not even sure if he can touch her leg and feel valuable, feel worthy of it. And he hates that. It hurts him because he longs for her so badly. He longs for her. This is very much a longing card, longing energy. He wants to touch her so much and he can't. And here he sees her. He knows she's held up her sort of truth. She's here and she's like, "No, I know my value. I know my worth and this is not going to happen anymore." So she's tying him up, of course, but she's tying up his ego. She's tying up his ego and saying, "I'm done. I'm done with that. I am not allowing your ego to get in the way of us." And she's tying that up and saying she's done. So she's holding that sort of truth. And here he is, and he still can't look at her. He still can't look at her. He still can't speak to her because now his ego's is bare. It's raw. It's bare. It's out there. And he has let his ego get in the way of too much. And he doesn't want to lose her. So you see? So this is how she's coming through. And this is how the divine feminine is. Okay? This is how she is. Now, the next set of cards are all the divine masculine fears. Okay? This is all what he fears. He sees her, okay? He's laying there and he's, feeding her the fruits of their love and just, enjoying this deep, deep passion and love and you know, all the energy that's surrounding this is just amazingly beautiful. And this actually is a fear of his because he is afraid if he does this, she's going to disappear. She's just going to go. See, this ladder in the background in this message represents her disappearing on him. If he opens himself up, gives his heart to her, she's going to disappear on him. And then where is he going to be? He's so afraid of giving his heart and allowing his heart to be open and love her. And so these control cards are coming up now. This one, he shuts her mouth. He shuts her mouth, and he wants her to be his only man in her life. So you see how her hands are covering his private parts, and he's telling her in this energy that, look, you're mine, and you will speak when I allow you to speak. Like, this is all ego and pride right here. This is all ego and pride. You will speak when I allow you to speak. This is my sword. Okay, you're not allowed to have the sword because you're the divine feminine. I'm the divine masculine. This is my sword, and this is my words, and this is my rules, and this is my law, and I am yours. So see, the hands are over there, and he's only allowing her to speak when he says it's okay, when he allows it, when he says it's okay to, right? So these are all his fears because this is falling away. Okay, he can't let her speak because what will she say to him? She'll say to him all the things that were here. She knows her value. She knows her truth. She knows what she is worthy of. She knows. This is her. She's the queen. She's sitting in her energy. There's nobody like her. And she has just been, and not an ego sense. No, she's very loving. She's been very giving. She's been very understanding and honest and upfront. And he just can't stand that. He wants to quiet her because she's not the same as him anymore. She's not the same as him anymore. Okay. And, he wants to sit and talk to her. He wants to sit down and speak to her. He wants to have this conversation and talk to her and tell her about everything that's ever been happening with him, all his fears, as much as he loves her. He wants to tell her so much that he loves her, he adores her. He wants to spend his life with her. And this is not something that he does. He does not do this. He's an independent man. He doesn't need anybody, but he needs her. He needs her. And this is a fear of his because he's afraid she won't accept this, that she will not accept this. Okay. And then the next one, of course, is the 10 of cups. She's already offered this to him. She's offered this. She has gently reminded him that you can have it all with me. You can have it all with me. You know, I am a loving, wonderful woman and you can have it all with me. But is he looking at her? No, he's going for that door. He thinks inside this, okay, he doesn't see this as being, oh, I can have it all with you in here. No, all he sees is that he's locked in. He thinks he's locked in. He's locked in and he's trapped and he just it's a fear. He can't accept that everything that she is real. She thinks he thinks he's just going to wake up one day and it's going to be a dream. It's going to be fake and it's never going to be true. And so he can't even look at her. He's looking at the door like, how can I get out of here? How can I get out of here? This can't possibly be true. She can't possibly be this amazing, wonderful woman that loves me, even though I haven't given her anything. And I've been mean to her. How can she still love me after everything I've done? This is what he's saying. And he's screaming. This is the energy that's totally surrounding him. And then see, this is just one more card of him needing to keep in control of her. He can't stand, this one came upside down, so I'm going to read it as it is. And it's a 7 of swords. So upright, you see how he's ashamed. He can't face her. He cannot talk to her. He can't tell her how he really feels because he's so afraid that he is just going to be shot down. He's just going to be shot down, right? So, but this came out upside down, and I'm going to keep it because in this energy of this card, he's starting to consider taking a chance. Okay. But it's still a big fear. Okay. He's just considering it. He's laying his sword down and saying, well, maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. But then this energy of his massive ego and pride comes up and every time, there's any kind of threat in his energy, he just pulls that sword out and says, you know what? You're my flippin' woman, and there's nobody else that is going to be your man like me. Nobody else. And no one else is going to touch you but me. No one else is, this is completely his ego and pride and control and has to dominate her and has to have that flippin' control because he doesn't know he'll lose it if he doesn't. He can't imagine a life without that because he doesn't know what's on the other side. He can't fathom not being in control. He's always been in control. He can't fathom anything different, right? So those are all his fears, okay? And now this is what he wants though, okay? His higher self, his his higher self and deeply on a subconscious level, where he can't admit, of course, this is what he wants with her. He wants to be that king of wands. He wants to be this. Look at how his stance is, his legs are spread. He's totally embracing her and says, honey, I want to be your protector. I want to be your one and only. I love you. I love you. And I can't stand the thought of anything happening to you, And I will protect you. I will be that one and be that protector. I am that protector. Okay. Deep down, this is how he really feels. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. This energy is surrounding him. There's only one woman for him. Okay. And he wants to do this. And then, the other, having this 6 of wands, like having this energy of like, you know how he's kinda looking at her butt, right? It's like he can't stand the thought of another man looking at her and touching her. Just can't stand it. There's such a deep, deep, deep fear, but anger that's very temperamental. I don't he just can't stand it. He cannot stand the idea of anybody else touching her. And then this energy of him, I know is kind of like looking at her butt, but it's just like this is a past energy of how he remembers how she was when they were together and how she's standing in her glory. She has that sword, she's leaning on that sword because that is her. She is just this beautiful, beautiful queen. And she knows this. She knows this. She is, like I said, it's not an ego. She just is sure of herself. She knows herself where she knows her self love. And she's just standing there like, hey, I'm the queen. And he just like looks at her and he's in shock. This is that energy like, wow, you're pulling me in, you're drawing me in. And he remembers that. This is an energy of remembering how much um her energy was just so encompassing and all just this divine feminine energy is draws him in because she is so sure of herself. She is all self-worth and all self-love, and they just can't help but be drawn to her. And he wants to bring her, this is the Knight of Cups, he wants to bring her himself and say, I'm here for you. Like, this is a deep, deep fantasy of his that he has not been able to admit to anybody else, let alone barely himself. Has been able to admit this, to say, he wants to come in so deeply, deeply, come in and say, I'm going to be your knight in shining armor. I will be your knight in shining armor. This is me. My shoulders are held back and I am proud of myself and I love myself too. And I have that self-worth like you do. Like, this is what he really deeply desires and wants, and he really wants to do this. This is, he can't even admit it to himself yet. But he knows there's only one divine feminine for him. Only one. There's nobody else like her. And, the Knight of Wands, just, he wants to pick her up. He wants to come in and say, I'm your knight in shining armor, and then take her away and just go live happily ever after. Like, this is, some fantasies he has rolling over in his minds, all the fun and the love and the laughter and the joy and everything that they've ever talked about. This is what he really wants. And it's, see, it's so bright and beautiful and there's just such loving energy surrounding these. This is really this is all he ever dreams of and desires, is her. And of course, having that amazing sex that they have, like this literally represents, just, um, it's not just sex though to him. It's this deep, deeply erotic, almost a tantric sex. I'm getting spirit showing me like a tantric sex, like, wow, it's just, oh, it's toe curling and I never knew sex could be like this. Like, it's such an erotic turn on for him to even just look at her. Just to look at her pictures and see her. And he gets so turned on, he can't even handle himself. He can't even handle himself. So he stops himself because he's like, well, what am I doing? And he starts to get mad at himself. Like, how am I losing control? How has this woman had so much control over me? I can't even handle my urges. Just looking at her, how am I going to be in her presence? How am I going to be in her presence? It's just so erotic. This is the food for him. This is sometimes all the food he needs is her. He is just so deeply aroused by her is what spirit's showing me. Um, oh, yeah, you get the picture. And then, the 9 of Wands is him just wanting this life with her, just to be able to sit down and talk to her and be his true, authentic self, his true, authentic self, not somebody else, not what somebody else wants him to be, but be his true, authentic, raw self, the good, the bad, the stubborn, the whatever you call it. He just wants to be himself with her. And that's just he he that's all he dreams about. Just like all these others, it's all he dreams about. All he wants is just to be himself with her and have this wonderful life that they've talked about. Um, so then the last cards that came out were the major arcana, and this is just pretty um okay, I'm gonna try to get through this. Um so hold on, I gotta just get through. It's showing one of the first ones that came out was the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is here because he is in deep thought of this. He is in this deep thought of knowing on a deep super conscious subconscious level that he's trying to awaken, and he knows that he has to go through these dark shadows in order to get to what he really wants, and he knows he needs the strength to do so. So he's asking. He may not literally verbally ask this of his spirit guides and angel guides, but he's asking for strength on a soul level. Give me the strength to get through this. Give me the strength to be the man I want to be for this woman I love. And he can't even hardly say those words without almost crying. He really wants the strength to be the man he needs to be for her. He knows he has to rise up and do better. He knows this. And he has a hard time even saying these words on my throat chakras. I don't know if you can hear it. It's just all froggy and croggy because he can't even bring himself to say this. But Spirit sees this in him. Spirit knows this. And as soon as he asks for help, it's there. It's there. It's there. He's going to get that help. He's going to get that help. He's going to get that strength. And he's just, trying to just find that courage, and he knows it's a process of death came through. It's in his old soul is dying, his old ways of being are dying. The old ways just don't matter. Death is here in his energy to cut that out. It's done. It's over. It doesn't serve him. This doesn't serve you anymore. This doesn't serve you anymore, is what Spirit's saying. And that's very blatant and very open and he's very aware of this, that the old life doesn't serve him. And it just, there's nothing that makes him happy about his old life. It doesn't make him happy at all. He does not find any satisfaction in his old life. And death is there to cut it out. Death is there to cut it out and help him just break through that old life, the old way of being, cut out the ego and the pride and let him live his higher self, be this person that he needs to be. And Justice is here to help. Justice and Temperance are here to help him with this, okay? Because in his energy and his mind and his heart and his soul, all of it on a 3D level, he knows that he needs to bring this to her. He needs to bring this justice to her. He has not been fair to her. He has not done right by her. And Justice is very openly and lovingly showing him that it has not been even, okay? And Temperance is here to help with all this. Temperance is here for the divine feminine to completely back off. She's she is completely backing off because the energy that needs to come from him has to be more balanced, okay? She has weighed the scales way more heavily for a much longer time than he has. And so temperance and justice are working together to even that out, okay? And temperance reminds um the divine feminine to back off. He has to go through this work. He has to do this work. He has to do this work on his own in order for the scales to be balanced, okay? This is a law. This is a spiritual law. It has to come into play, okay? And that only can happen with divine timing, right? Okay. And then, the emperor, of course, is showing up because, and the fool's energy, because this is what he wants. This is an energy that cannot be stopped. He cannot control this. I want to say spirit's kind of showing me if his life depended on it. His energy is just not letting him get away from it. Do you see how he's holding the staff in his hand and how he's holding it? You see what he's holding and who is he looking at? That's the divine feminine. That's who he craves. This is the passion that he has. This passion that he has is only for her. He has tried going other places. He has tried being with other women just to see if they can do anything different and better than she can, and no one else ever adds up. No one is ever going to add up to the queen that is his divine feminine. And spirit is showing him, that this isn't going to go away unless you do the work, unless you take that leap, which is the fool, take that leap, jump into those shadows, jump into all those fears you have, and take that leap and do the work. Spirit and temperance and justice are reminding him completely, this is the work that has to be done. This is the work that has to be done. Okay? But all he can think about, this is the last two cards, all he can think about is running to her. This is what he wants. He just wants to run to her, the chariot, just run, 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 and fill his cup up and give himself to her, all those fantasies, all those desires, all that, everything that they've ever dreamed of, everything that they've ever wanted. This is an energy that's it's like burning in his loins, is what spirit's showing me. It's burning in his loins. He desires her so much. It's almost painful. And nobody does it for him like her. Nobody. It's just so incredibly strong, okay? But he knows this is, in order for him to get to this is what has to happen. Death is there saying you can't go to her and be in that old energy. It won't, they won't, we won't allow it. Death will not allow it. This is not something that she will accept, as you being in this old energy. The shadows have to come. The shadows have to come. Let me bring those shadows. Let me bring all those fears, and let me show you your ego. Let me hold up that mirror and show you your ego and show you your pride, so you can't take my sword. Death is saying, you can't take my sword and cut it out of your life. It's just a matter of willing to. Okay? And justice and temperance are right there to say, and we're right here and we're going to help you. We're right here and we're going to help you. Okay? So just keep your eye on the prize, which is his divine feminine. Keep your eye on the prize. And then you can have the world. This was the last card that popped out. Look how flippin' beautiful is that. How beautiful is that? That these energies of death, temperance, justice, they're all coming through to show him what kind of gift he can have on the other side. It's just a matter of doing the work. Yes, you can ask a question. Go right ahead, hon. Corin, yes, ask any question. But the world is right there for him, right there. And the world that he sees is her. That that divine feminine that he loves and adores so much is his world. She's all that has ever been. That is the world for him. That is the world. Um, so, this was a pretty powerful reading. It really was. Waiting for for your question, Corin. I can definitely help you out, hon. Um, and while I'm waiting for you to ask, I can tap into some other energies here and see. Um, let's just tap into these energies of. I'm going to show you here the next deck I have is Gods and Titans. Okay, hold on. Corin, it says, will I see Caleb soon after quarantine? I think of him so much, still wondering how things will go and how things will go. Well, Corin, I would suggest that you, if you email me at fierylove1111 at gmail.com. I can do a reading for you, okay? And I can tap into Caleb's energies and let you know what's going on in that energy of you and him, and see what possibilities are out there for you. There's no guaranteed outcome because there's always free will. But there are some different energies I can tap into, and we can see what possibilities are. Okay. And so I can send you a link here. Hold on. I'm just going to do this right now. So you can do. If you like. Oops. Oh, wait, sorry. 45. 4. Okay, so let me just get back into the energies and yes. Oh. Okay, so let me just close up, and I apologize for that. I just had a question for one of my lovely viewers. I would love to do a reading for you, Corin, and I can definitely help you out. And we'll see what comes up, okay? Now, let me just get into some of these energies and see what, an ending message from Spirit on this divine masculine. What's some possible energies that are coming up? Oh, this one wanted to jump right out. And it's Typhon. So it's anger and rage. So that's an energy that's right there. That one flew. I don't know if you guys saw that. This flew out of the deck, and it's because he knows he has to, um, he knows he has to do the work. He is very angry actually at the fact that his divine masculine has put her sword down and won't allow, where's that card here? Yeah, that, he is angry at this because she um, you know, she has that sword now. She has that sword, and she is taking back her power. This is an energy. I don't know if you guys can see that card very well, but she's in this energy of taking back her power. Sorry, I want to fix my dang camera. You know, and she's not allowing him to mess with her head anymore. My throat chakra is clearing up now. All of a sudden, it's just like, whoa, she is taking back her power. She has put that sword down, and she knows her value, knows her worth, and there's no games anymore. There's no games. And he is losing control. This is, and it's not just anger and rage. It's this energy of him losing control, and he doesn't know what to do with it. He doesn't know. But like I said, death is right there. Death is right here and saying, "Look, dude, this ain't gonna cut it anymore." And I'm gonna cut out that ego. This ego is going away. Is what death is in his energy realm right now, saying we're gonna cut this ego and pride out because this does not serve you. This does not serve you. And death is right there to do that. Okay. Um, let's just see what else Spirit has to say. I'm in the Gods and Titans right now. What else do we have to say about this divine masculine? And Corin, if I would love to be able to help you anytime. Hi, Miss Levon. Hi, Corin. Thank you guys for watching. I love you. I love what I do, and I do what I love. So if I can ever help you guys out, please let me know, okay? All right, let's just see what Spirit has to say. I hope you guys are doing well. Are you doing well during all this, being all locked up and can't see anybody? And I hope you guys are all doing good. Stay strong, stay meditating. Find time to meditate, and it'll help you. Do some salt baths. Do mineral salt baths. That will really help clear up some of this energy, okay? If you guys need advice on types of salt to use, I can definitely show you some. I have a reading on my channel that talks about that. All right, so let's just see what else we got here with this one. Oh, there's too many. Let's just see what Spirit has to say. Woo. Oh, this one just popped right out. Yeah. So this is another one that just wanted to pop out. Hades. Death. Death is here. This is a second card about death that is coming through. It is in his energy field. That's a confirmation. That's a strong Oh, good, Corin. You did an Epsom salt bath just an hour ago. Good for you, girlfriend. That's awesome. That'll help clear a lot of that negative energy. So energies are held in the bottom of your feet. Well, not just in the bottom of your feet, but negative energies release the best out of the bottom of your feet. If you there's some studies that were done years and years ago, and so that's why they always talk, even if you just soak your feet, that's a great way to release a lot of negative energies out of your body, out of your spiritual body, your auric body. So good for you. And then I love talking to you guys. Hi. So anyway, yeah, Hades is showing up in this energy of death is with surrounding this divine masculine. All the energies are cutting away all that negativity and the ego and the pride and the control and the heaviness, this heaviness that's on my chest and shoulders is being torn away from him, and Poseidon is here to help with the flow of that. Poseidon is with death, Hades, in order to help this flow of releasing, cutting away and releasing all this energy, okay? And the good can't come in until we release the old, until we release that negative, right? You can't have all this good and all this bad like mixing in together. It's just going to mess you up, right? So as soon as Hades releases all that. Poseidon's helping with that flow to release it out of his energy field because he doesn't really know. Most divine masculines don't know how to do that for themselves. So our spirit guides come in and help us with that. And that's what's going on. So this is a second confirmation of death. Death is in his energy field, most certainly, helping him clear this energy up. So, if your divine masculine is having a lot of trouble, if you're not talking to him, he's not talking to you, and there's a lot of negativity going on, say a prayer for him. Say a prayer to have death come in and cut that out. Archangel Azrael also helps with that. They help cut away the old energies and release all that so the new can come in. Okay. So, saying prayers for people never hurts. It really never hurts. It's always a good thing. So let's just get back into this. Any more messages? Spirit guides, angel guides. One more message from on our divine masculine. Is there any more? Well, this one. There's too many. Too many. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't feel like there's any more from this. So, when I'm doing readings, if cards automatically get really heavy for me, that just means the energy's done. There's no more messages that are going to come through there. So I'm just going to pull one from my dragon. Let's just close the reading with the message from the dragon oracle cards. There's some beautiful energy, and I'll just fix that later. Let's get a closing message from Spirit about our divine masculine and what he's going through, what Spirit is going to help him with at this time. What is Spirit going to help our divine masculine with at this time? Okay, let's see. So the card that popped out was, I don't know if you saw that card. It's the orange gold dragon from Arcturus. Wow, and it says, opens you to knowledge for the new golden age. Wow, look at that. Carry the energy of the future and be a guiding light. This is the energy that is with our divine masculine to help him open him up to knowledge for the new golden age. So do you see what that means? The energy of this, so the card actually says opens you to knowledge for the new golden age. But what I'm reading is he's awakening. The orange gold dragon will help him awaken. Okay. The new golden age is the age of awakening. And this is what Spirit is helping them to do. So that's a beautiful confirmation from Spirit to say they have his back. They have his back. They're going to help him awaken. And it's just going to take time. And, I'm very glad that temperance and justice is there to help. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading. What a beautiful, beautiful message and beautiful energy. All of a sudden, all the energy from my shoulders, my back, my chest, it's lifted. It's lifted because Spirit reminds us they'll never let us down. Even Spirit is not only always with us in our lightest times, but Spirit is with us during our darkest of times. So that's definitely something to be wonderfully grateful for, isn't it? I love it. I just love it. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you have a request on another reading that you want me to do, like a divine feminine reading or any energies through this coronavirus time, let me know. And if you want a personal reading, my PayPal link is below. Okay, if you click on my link, once I upload this video, the PayPal link is below. I charge $45 for half an hour. So if you want longer time, if it does go over, sometimes my videos go over and I don't charge extra. So it's just whatever I feel like doing. I don't, it happens once in a while, and, if it happens, it happens, it's fine. So if you like a personal reading, I'd love to help you out too, okay? Um, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Thank you, Corin. Love you. Thank you, Miss Levon. Thank you very much, so much for watching and supporting my channel. Don't forget to hit the like and share and subscribe. I'm a new YouTuber on here. I haven't been on here but just a few months. I've been doing readings, and I'm a medium psychic for all of my life, but I just started to do this recently. So thank you so much for watching. And if you know of anybody else that would be interested in any of these readings or my channel, please share the video too, okay? I love you guys so much. Take care. All right. Bye.